Think there's a legal difference?
I'm not answering your questions. Now you're harassing me.
So wait. Did y'all hear that? This video is brought to you by Extreme Tees. Click on the link below. Make sure you put Kevin in the promo code and you'll get a 20% discount. What's going on, America? Welcome to part 3 of A World Gone Mad, where social justice warriors think they're doing good. They're out there full-blown delusional. You do realize, y'all, when you're crazy, you don't even know it. You're walking around doing stuff that crazy people do, but in your head, you think it makes sense. Like getting on the internet and recording yourself doing stuff and thinking to yourself, I'm doing this and I'm going to be celebrated. All these folks walking around the country thinks like I do. Only to find out, no. All I did was embarrass myself and potentially cost myself a job, which brings us to part 3, y'all, of A World Gone Mad. Now, this one right here, y'all, this is a doozy too. It opens up with Flakka on a college campus, and he's confronted, y'all, by a professor right before Michael Knowles speaks. And she, I guess, is gonna school them on hate speech, y'all. Let's check out what she got to say. I'm sure it is very enlightening.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Austin.
I'm enjoying the conversation.
Cool. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah.
I just want to see what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. We're talking about free speech on campus and how bringing a conservative on campus has resulted in some flack and some backlash from some of the students. And talking about sharing multiple ideas and kind of hearing both sides and engaging in free speech and dialogue on campus and how important that is. Do you agree?
I think it's a difficult question. I'm interested in what you have to say.
It is?
About what specifically?
Free speech, or that's what we were talking
Michael
about?
Knowles or free speech, or are you here for the...
My original entry into this conversation was to find out what you are talking about. That's why you're here, right? You
No,
want
we're talking
to...
about free speech.
Yeah, so talk about it.
Okay, that's an interesting way to approach people.
No, we're asking, do you support free speech? That's what we're basically asking.
I don't have to answer your questions. I'm asking
Yeah, I
you
guess
a
you don't
question.
support it then? Is that
Of
why you
course I
don't-
support
Okay,
free
thank you.
speech. But there is a difference between free speech and hate speech. I'm sure you're aware.
What is the difference?
The difference is one is oppressing people and the other one is just having your say.
Do you think there's a legal difference?
I'm not answering your questions. Now you're harassing me. I wanted
We're not
to ask
harassing
you.
you.
Well, you approached me. I was just standing here having an interview with this nice young man.
Y'all hear that? She set the tone right off rip. She came looking for trouble. She wanted to fight, y'all. Walked right into one. Then didn't want to swing no more. She wanted the fight to be on her terms like most liberals. It is not, you know what, let's go ahead and embrace everybody and listen to your opinion. We can share and dialogue, come to a middle ground. No, it is, if you challenge me, I'm going to tell you, you can't do that because you're making me feel bad on the inside, y'all. Hurting my feelings deep down on the inside. Making me feel uncomfortable. Yeah, right now, I feel like I'm being badgered. I'm a victim. But yet I come and aggressively challenge you and tell you something, but yet can't back it up. Talking about some hate speech. There's a difference between freedom of speech and hate speech. Notice what he did. When you ask liberals real rational questions and you hold them to facts, laws, things like that, I don't have to answer your question because you're offending me. And she's a professor teaching kids, y'all. Teaching students. No wonder these college students coming out mad for nothing. But this is what happens when she go in there and try to confront Michael Knowles.
I'm faculty here. I also support our protester in the back.
What do you support specifically? Do you think that anti-immigrant rhetoric is violent free speech?
Yes, because of the
You
reasons
think that
I'm
speech
talking
is
about.
violence?
No, I think that
That's what that sign says.
the conversation that you're having is oppressive.
So I am
contributes-
oppressing people by what I'm doing. So I am exerting violence on people by my speech. That's what the sign says, and that's what you just said.
It contributes to
And the
racism.
protester is saying that's exactly what I'm doing, and she's saying that's exactly what her sign means. So that means that you, a faculty member at an American public university, paid for by taxpayer dollars, are conflating speech with violence.
Yes. Speech can be violent. What you are saying contributes to systemic racism in this country. It means that my students of colour are pulled over and accused of stealing a car when they did not.
I'm not pulling anybody over for stealing
I'm
any
not
cars.
saying that you
I see many
personally
people
did.
of many different races in this room. They all seem to be doing just fine. I don't think any of them have felt violence because they listened to a lecture on basic facts about our immigration system. the question was, have I asked people in this room if they've felt as though some violence has been committed on them? No, I haven't asked, because no violence has been committed on you. Because violence is not a subjective feeling. Violence is an objective fact.
There you go. Did y'all hear? Now, here she is walking up in there trying to be, a smart professor. You know what? I think. Don't you hit me with that accent. That mess ain't going to distract us from your stupidity. She really thinks that she's protecting black folks. And you know what? I support that, the protester in the back. Well, the protester in the back had a sign that was very clear. And yet she says she supported it. But what she's trying to do is say everything that you're saying is offensive and oppressive. Like words can jump out of his mouth and restrict you and hold you down. Without actions, what are you talking about? They're just words. You know how many times when I lived in Cincinnati, the Ku Klux Klan would do their little march downtown? After a while, I guess they got sick of looking dumb because they realized that most Americans at this point are going, what? You're part of what clan or group or what? You know what? You guys look stupid. And they stopped doing it. But when they were doing it, we'd walk past them and keep it moving. Now, if they would have jumped off the stage, ran over and tried to do something, that's a different story. But here's what she's saying right here. It's just your words alone. Because I disagree with them are oppressive, thus racist. And here she is also jumping in once again to say black people. My black students are pulled over because of cars stealing and this. Look, I'm not saying there wasn't a time in history where there was some racial profiling going on. But I will tell you this. There's a high probability right about now, this is the greatest time in our country to be black, to be gay, to be trans. These are protected classes. You can pretty much almost do what you want. So I'm quite sure after the cops been hearing for years that they are systemically racist. They're responsible for all this racism and division in our country. They're looking for opportunities to kill black folks. And then these folks like this drags them into court all the time, dox them and things like this. You think they're looking forward to pulling over black folks right about now? In this culture where you got a camera all over the place, like, yeah, what you want with me, officer? On camera. And you know you got the support of liberal politicians, the liberal media, all of that. Folks are looking to be a victim versus really being a victim. There was a time in our country where you were a victim against your will or choice. Now folks are like, I hope they knock me in my head a couple times. I might make it on Oprah. I might be rich. Might get some folks to put my name on the back of their jerseys. Yeah, I might get a call to the White House. I might even get Kamala Harris showing up at the hospital talking about he was so brave. Now, imagine if you put the power in the hands of this liberal activist professor. If she was in Congress, you think she would be tolerant? She talks about tolerance. She talks about speech that hurts and all that stuff. What she's really saying is the speech that I disagree with. That right there is hate speech. Who gives you the right to decide what speech is hate speech? And you got idiots in our country trying their best to give over that freedom to the government because they've been brainwashed by real tyrants that want the green light to be able to shut down any opposition, any policies that they disagree with. They just label racism on it. But she's right here, this lady right here, she is a product of them starting these type of projects years ago, indoctrinating them. And now she done brought it to the campus, y'all. But you know what? We're not done. There's plenty of more craziness to go around. So stay tuned. Check out part 4 of A World Gone Mad. Whole country, y'all. Country we live in. Lost they cool. Don't forget, hit like, share, subscribe, and that notification button. Follow me on Twitter, also on Rumble, Facebook, all those good things. You want to donate to Kevin and Kevin's Corner, feel free. Links below these videos. And don't forget, check out Extreme Tees, my sponsor. Hit that like button, share this video, subscribe, make sure your notifications are set to all. And we'll see y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. God bless. Driving me crazy.